London 2012 is to host female boxing for the first time in Olympic history, but the women's game has struggled to be accepted by men as a unisex sport until now. So how have women started to make an impact in this male-dominated sport? Islington Boxing Club is one of the London's biggest and best amateur boxing clubs, boasting over 400 members, producing various champions such as Courtney Fry and Audley Harrison. As Islington Boxing Club has expanded over the past 10 years, so has its participation of women. The first to step foot into the all-male club was professional cellist Sara Knieper, a two-time Haringey Box Club gold medalist, London female ABA champion and the first female boxer of the IBC.
My name is Sarah and I'm not only a professional cellist but also a boxer.
How did you get into boxing?
I was just studying and I was still playing basketball, but I had broken fingers all the time. And I was studying cello, so that didn't help. And next door, the boxers were training university sport, so I started to do boxing because at least my hands are protected.
Yeah. So you were saying, what's your day job?
I'm a cellist.
And you don't find that any problems between mixing boxing and that?
No. I mean, before concerts, I'm a bit more careful, and yeah, I try not get any bruises in my face.
Yeah. Do you find it easy to keep up your routine with boxing and work, like trying to mix the two?
Yeah, that's okay. As I try to fit in every day, getting up early, and then I cycle to work. So that's kind of my road work. And try to do my running early in the morning and then train in the evening, and during the day I work, and then on the weekends concerts or whatever.
Where does your passion and drive for boxing come from?
It was coincidence and that I started boxing, but when I then really got into it, I think what drives me now is the routine, because you can see when you keep it up every day and you really train every day and you train hard, you can achieve something. It's not a sport you can do whenever you like. You know, you take your tennis racket, go on the court, play a little bit, go home, that's fine. Yeah, but you can't do that with boxing. You do it properly or you don't do it.
My name's Lenny Hagland. I'm the chairman of the Islington Boxing Club.
How did it come about getting women into the club?
We never advertised it, I think. They just came to us. The first one to come to us was Sarah, who came from another club. She came to this club being the first female. She just got on with it, never looked out of place at all, and it's just snowballed from there.
When Sarah first started, how did people react?
I think some of them, what's this all about, and looked a bit strange, but then they realised Sarah is a good boxer, and they took her for what she was, a boxer. She's come here to box.
Yeah. And
they appreciated that. They appreciated how fit she was, how dedicated she was, and how hard she tries. And everyone females within the gym now are just one of everyone.
Yeah.
There's no difference to us now.
This year is the first year for women being competing in the Olympics. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm really pleased. I just a bit gutted there's only a few weights that they're competing at. There should have been more in my eyes, but that's nothing to do with me. I've seen some excellent female boxing, and I think if female boxing was put out to a wider audience, it would take off.
Most of us are now training for the Box Cup in June, which is the last major event of the boxing season. That's my last bout.
Event?
Yeah.
Oh. That's going to be an emotional one for you, yeah. The last big event.
Yeah. The first one I won for the club, and it's going to be hopefully the last one.
Oh really? So the first one you did, you won? Oh, yeah. That's awesome. That's good.
Hi, I'm Bevis Allen. I'm the senior head coach at Islington Boxing Club.
What do you think about women boxing?
I've got to be honest, in the beginning I was totally against it. The first female boxer we had was Sarah, actually, who come to the club, and she was the first boxer female boxer from Islington to ever win a boxing title. Yeah. I'm old-fashioned. I box myself, and I did believe that boxing was a male sport because of the punches you take in. It's a tough sport, and I didn't really want to see women get beat up. But I've got to be honest, Sarah did change my view.
And how does she do that?
When she came in, she just started training. she just carried on as one of the guys. It wasn't what I thought at all. You know, I expected, poor female damsel in distress kind of thing. But she knuckled down. She trained as hard as a guy. She never complained. She sparred with the guys because at the time she was the only female boxer we had at the time. Now I think we've got the most in any club in the country. Someone like Sara, she's actually a dream to coach. I don't get a peep out of her. But I think there are one or two females. It's slightly different because two guys can get into the ring. They can spar with each other, try and kill each other, come out, and they're friends. With the females, there's like, she tried to hit me too hard. There's a little bit of more hurt feelings, I think, initially, until they understand that actually they're not your enemy, but they are trying to do their best. So, they will hit you hard, they will go at it, and then afterwards you can be friends again.
Do you think now that it's coming to the Olympics that it's just going to set it off? Girls at home are going to be watching it and be like, that's what I want to do. Do you think it's going to inspire other women to...
I do, I hope so, because I do feel for them, because, I hear stories from other coaches of, they've got female boxers who haven't boxed for a year. Good boxers, and you think, well, if they're not going to box, they're going to end up retiring. But I think things like the Olympics usually kickstart things, and I think because it's in the UK, I think they'll have a big impact, and I think we'll see loads of young girls starting to box.
Closer, it's like a family, So even if you've got hard times going on wherever, you can come here and they'll look after you, So it's really nice being here. To be honest,
it does sound really nice.
I know you're actually in my bedroom. Do you mind?
Did you find it difficult getting involved because it was majority boys, or?
No, not really. I mean, like I say, I've always been active, so I'm used to kind of going to a new club, new environment, and just getting on with it, just getting on with the sport itself. But that's one thing I did find here is it wasn't so like, as much as it was just guys. The only other girl that was here was Sara. Everyone was really cool. Everyone kind of just looks at you as an athlete in it. You come here, you train, and that's just how you looked as, just as a fighter.
So do you think you found it easier because Sara was already here? I
don't know about easier. It was interesting kind of to have someone to compare yourself to in terms of like the standard of female boxing, because it is different. But it didn't really make much difference. As soon as I came here, I felt really comfortable, to be honest with you, more than I thought I would.
Take her out.
Obviously, being a woman, did you find any, did you have any problems with it?
Not really, no. Most of the people are okay with it. I mean, some people just can't believe it until they see it.
Yeah. Because
they think we are scratching and pulling our hair out. Something like that.
How did you get your coach that you've got now? How did that come about?
Well, when I came here, Bevis already was the head coach, so I just joined the group basically.
And did you two get along straight away?
Well, in the beginning it was a bit strange for them, I think, because I was the first woman and I think they didn't quite know what to do with me.
Do you think that they found it difficult to train you because you were the first woman, they didn't know what to do?
I don't know. I mean, since I've started boxing, I always found wherever I go and I'm new, I just have to prove myself that I can keep up with the rest, and I'm doing the sprints like the boys. I do the same amount of rounds on the bags and all that. So and when it comes to sparring, that I can hit as well.
So when it comes to fights, obviously it's not at a stage where you fight males, so do you find problems with getting fights?
Yeah, it's not too easy. There are not too many female boxers around, and then it's not only about that it has to be female, but also your weight class, your group of experience, more or less. All this comes together, so it's quite hard.
Yeah. Do you feel you get stereotyped as a female boxer?
Yeah, people who have no idea about boxing or what it is, they think it's just brutal and you don't have to use your brain at all. So that's a massive stereotype, and also that all female boxers are gay, and that all female boxers look like more or less like a man. I mean, there's
Well, you
all
don't look like a
types. There's all types of boxers in male and female. So
I mean, by the looks of it, you do look like to keep yourself to yourself when you're out there.
yeah, when I train, it's for me. It's like I want to get it done. I don't want to chat, and I really want to do my work. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm quite driven when I train. I train.
This year, the female boxers have been able to compete in the Olympics for the first time. What do you think of that?
I think that's great, and yeah, I think that will give female boxing overall a big push.
Yeah.
And I know a few people that are going, and
Really?
so it's really exciting to see, like people I've met many years ago, and now I'm going to see them in the Olympics.
That's
And
amazing,
really
isn't
good.
it? Yeah.
Stop boxing. Both you get out. Get out. Who's next? Sarah.
Where do you think female boxing can go now?
I think it will take a lot longer than in any other sport where the female side was added to the Olympics, just because there are not so many around. I mean, the whole junior section is absolutely underdeveloped. I mean, if you look at the juniors here, there's not a single girl.
Yeah. Do you feel that the club support you as much as the male boxers?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
How do they support you?
Well, I don't know. I don't think they do especially more for the female. I think everyone should be the same. Female, male, whatever.
Get a pair of gloves and you're in there.
Bevis, the head coach, he matches the people as well, so he tries to get a match for whoever is fit and willing to box. And then it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, it's just like, yeah, everybody gets a shot.
When obviously you're fighting a woman, do you find that different? Or?
Not really.
No?
No, I don't spar differently, but I try, like, if I spar, the same with her as I spar with other people. I bring her along. Gets her back. You know what I mean? Gives her more experience with tougher guys. So when she does go in there with women, spar's totally different. You can take the hits, still move differently.
So would you say, do you try as hard as you would with a man than you would with her?
I don't say as hard. I do the punches. I don't throw them as hard as I would. But I still work with her. I still give her slightly hard punches. Not to hurt her, but then to help her.
Do you think if it ever comes about that mixed gender fighting can happen, do you think it'll ever happen?
No.
Why not?
No, I think it's just not fair, because at the end of the day, physically a man is built differently, and no, I don't think that's ever
It would just
gonna
never happen. If it did happen, would you do it?
No.
Why not?
No, I think it's strange. It's strange. I would do it. It's really funny because it's true, when I started here, it still was Islington Boys Club.
What is it now?
Now it's Islington Boxing Club. My boyfriend always says, if a guy is going to be funny with me, I'm just going to say, come on, Sarah. You sort him out, you sort him out.
At the age of 34, Sarah's amateur boxing career is coming to an end. She was the first, but she won't be the last, leaving behind the footpath for others to follow in. As women boxing continues to grow, the future is looking bright.